Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the old school new vibes, where the older and the new G's speak about the golden era and the modern era. Old school, new school, need the murder.
I'd like everybody to raise their glass.
Sound play?
Yeah, raise your glasses, y'all.
Everybody raise a cup all around. Toast to the ups and the downs. Hey, you gotta make it on your own, cause luck ain't around. So no fucking around now. Raise a cup all around. Toast to the ups and the downs. Hey, you gotta make it on your own, cause luck ain't around. So no fucking around.
Ah,
I got
shit.
ad-libs.
Exclusive.
I'm gonna hit you with them ad-libs.
Yo, Flex, drop that bomb.
Yeah. What's goody? What's goody?
What's good, my peoples?
OSNV, we're back.
We are back.
Ending the year
Cue the air
on the right
horns.
note.
Yeah, man. Cheers to that. We don't got no yak in the building right now.
I know.
A little dry
Just,
tonight.
staying hydrated with some H2O.
Yeah, a little water
You know,
toast.
You know what I'm saying? A little Maria in the
Yo,
air.
that joint was Ups and the Downs. That's the new single from myself and Ark.
Yes,
It's
sir.
available now on all DSPs for streaming and purchase. Go check that out.
Go check it out, guys.
Eminem, Jay-Z, and Nas are not on
Not
it,
they're not on the record.
They're not on the record.
but the shit is real
Still
dope, man.
fire. Still
Yeah,
fire.
man. I like that. Produce by Eaz too, man. Yo,
Yeah,
you
and
been
shout
producing,
out,
son.
word, and shout out,
Yo.
shout out to Luminary too, who co-produced that, mixed and
I know, yo.
mastered it. It sounds fire.
I love Loom, man. Loom is like, I love the whole fam. Everyone has their niche. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Mad
man.
scientist.
We got that. We're finishing up projects. Gonna be the first quarter,
Yeah,
2024.
We're on the fence of whether it's going to be an EP because right now
I think we're
it's looking
past
like
that,
an
right?
album. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
we're past that.
Your boy just wrote another 16
Word.
for the next one, you know?
Yes. We
Gotta
got
stay
the
sharp with the swords.
We got him twice. We got him
Word.
twice on this.
Keep them swords
With these-
sharp,
with
you know what I
these
mean?
Blessing, you know.
Word up. Shit is fire too, man.
What's
Yeah,
good, brothers? How y'all doing?
we're like 8 joints deep, right? So I'm thinking, maybe we turn it into an album, but we'll get to that, when the calendar flips and we get to the new year.
Word up.
Word.
Hope y'all had a safe and blessed 2023 and
Yeah.
a beautiful 2024 coming up. Trying
Word.
to keep it positive vibes. You know what I mean?
Straight up.
What do you guys got planned for the holidays, man?
Man, I think for me, it's just gonna be at the crib, Latino style. You get dressed up to sit in the sala. You know what I mean? So
For real.
might be one of those for me. My
Nah,
fam
it
is
was
actually they're going out to I think I want to say Cancun. Take a trip. Didn't even tell the kid, so it's like nobody gonna be around. So it's just gonna be immediate.
They don't
fam
want to
at the
tell you
crib.
because they don't want to, they know you can't go with the
Yeah,
kids.
word.
So it's like,
they're like,
they're not gonna tell
cut
you.
them out of the fun. But yeah, so I'll be in the crib. But I'll be doing that.
Same.
Here. Yeah, just keep it simple with the family, Have some coquito.
You know how
Some
Colombia,
coquito.
Latinos turn their crib into a festival. So
Yeah.
Word up.
regardless of,
Especially the
their
Medinas.
well,
Y'all motherfuckers
Word.
roll deep.
listen, the Medinas mixed with these Colombians.
Forget it.
Son, it's another level, man. I
Medellin
swear,
and PR.
all of our
in one.
parties, and regardless of what it is, it's not even a party. Whatever it is becomes a party.
Yeah,
and-
typical Latino
And we're
shit.
going to sleep at like
4
5 in the morning, bro.
The kids too.
Seriously, bro.
Kids sleeping on the coats on the bed.
Yo,
yeah.
It's no real. I swear, man. It's so stereotypical,
Yeah.
right? But it's so
Yo,
true.
but it's true.
man.
You be seeing them little
Can't
short
even-
video
can't
memes?
even be mad.
This dude's going in his room and some little baby sleeping in there, and then they're having a family get together, and then you see him like, "Fuck out my bed, little nigga." He kicks the fucking kid off the bed, and it's a doll.
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious, bro.
That's your boy Ken Starr. He be doing some funny ass shit too, man.
It's true though,
hilarious.
right? You see some random baby sleeping on your bed, like, who the fuck
Yeah.
is this? Whose kid is this?
Don't even know.
Alright.
But like, who invited him?
Yeah, who invited him? What part of the family is this? I don't know.
But you get some of that good cooking. That's when you get the pateles. That's when you got the coquito. That's when you have, all these traditional things that also fuck up your health.
Straight up.
Real. Get
Straight up.
It-
that high
and- and,
cholesterol up.
The great thing, that it's how you prepare it too. You know what I mean? Because you got the protein, the meats, if you're seasoning them correctly, right, and you're using the proper oils to cook that in.
Yeah, but everybody still overdoes it, so it doesn't matter. That's why everybody's New Year's resolution is to work out, man, because you already know you're gonna overdo it in November and December. So it just ritual.
Yeah, I mean, so everything reality is the portions, but also what you're eating, how you're preparing it, and the good thing that with these foods, they're fucking real food, man. It's not like frozen. That's the plus to it, at least. You know, we're gonna look at things in a positive. It's real food. You know, you're just an overindulgence of it. So, word. So don't do that.
Don't go for seconds, everybody.
Word.
Well, in my case,
maybe after
fifths.
that. Maybe after the happy walk. After the happy walk, then
You
you
have
go.
seconds.
Then you go back in.
Yeah.
But other than that, you know, you get the movies ready. Anything in particular? You seen Godzilla already?
I saw Godzilla Minus One. I thought it was fire.
Do you go to like the movies on Christmas Day and stuff?
No,
Like,
no, I don't
no?
do that.
Yeah, I usually never do that.
I used to do that back in the
No.
days, man. With the
Just
Yeah.
keep it at home. Christmas Day.
yeah,
But yeah, I saw Godzilla Minus One. You guys saw it, right?
Yeah,
Did you see
that
it?
was
I didn't see it. Just a
To see it?
preview. Just a preview. I haven't seen it.
Oh, you into Godzilla like that? Or
I saw the one, the versus Kong, the one that came out. What was it, 2021? Or
Yeah.
I saw that one, but in general, no, I'm not a big Godzilla person.
I'm into it because of
Xavier.
Xavier, my son. We took him to see the 2014 one, right?
Right.
The one-
Yeah.
But we took him to like 42nd Street where they have the it's called 4D experience, right? So you're sitting down on like
Oh yeah,
something like
I saw
this.
Infinity War like that. The 4D. That
Isn't that
shit
shit
is
crazy?
crazy, bro.
I've
man,
never-
Seats are
crazy.
shaking.
I've
they
never
fucking
seen it.
blow fucking
Yo,
air in
this-
your head.
It's like something spitting at you, bro. They have this machine that wind and mist
Yeah.
and rain
Oh shit.
Crazy.
hits you. So
Yeah.
we're there. Like at first, I thought I was like, I
Yeah.
know this food and fucking.
Hopefully, it made the movie better because it wasn't.
No,
all
I'm
that.
like, yo, where's that? And then
That was the Bryan
the
Cranston.
first
was
one
that
with
the
Bryan
Bryan Cranston?
Cranston,
Yeah.
So remember the one that came out like in the early 2000s with Matthew Broderick? That
Which I ain't gonna front. I kind of like.
Yeah, I thought it was a little-
98, I think it was.
was it
yeah.
90? Wow, it was 98.
Yeah, I saw that in the
Wow.
theater, I believe. Yeah.
He didn't look like Godzilla number one.
Well, yeah.
Godzilla has
but it was
evolved so
but it was
much.
98.
and
though.
then like he's having little Godzilla babies. Like he's
Yeah.
asexual.
Yeah, it was
or
weird.
Whatever the
It,
fuck.
it
was
fucked up.
definitely weird.
That fucked up. That wasn't canon at all.
Yeah.
It's so funny. My son, he's like, that's his favorite word right now. Canon.
Canon.
Yo, it's
Shit
not
is
canon, Dad. But seeing,
I can picture him saying that.
yo, but seeing that in that experience left a good imprint on him forever because that's his favorite no matter what.
Yeah.
And the
Cool.
shit is that Godzilla isn't cheap, but the shit is there's so many levels to Godzilla, son. He like years and years and there's different right now the -1, right? That's different from the Kong and the
Yeah, it's
Godzilla.
different canon.
Okay,
So it's
okay.
almost the -1 is this offshoot of Shin Godzilla. So Shin Godzilla was like, it's not canon. It's canon in its own right, right?
Got it. Okay.
Because that shit sprung off and did some stuff too. Whereas like it started off as Godzilla as a lizard and it just was evolving.
I heard that
throughout
one
the
wasn't all
movie.
that either.
It was cool. It was cool for what it was, right?
Mhm.
Because to be honest, there's really no story aside from like just destruction and Godzilla and like this.
Mm.
You're really not watching Godzilla for like a love story, right?
Right.
-1 had a love story in it, bro.
So
Like,
let me just break it down real quick. Godzilla Minus One was produced by this Japanese studio called Tomo
yo, don't be
Studios.
racist, bro.
And obviously that's where the lore came up. They invented Godzilla, the
Right.
creator. I
Yeah.
don't remember his name, but so they produced that movie for like less than $15 million.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, the special effects, yeah, they could have been better, but the story and the plot and the acting and directing is what made it fire. You know what I'm saying? And just the way it all came together, I thought it was fire, man. And you compare that to these big Hollywood budget movies that are flopping, that aren't doing good. Like you see what they did with a little bit of money. Imagine if they had $100 million budget. The shit would be bananas.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
did you like the Kong versus Godzilla? That
So
shit was
now
fire,
going
bro.
to the American shit, talking about the Kong, I mean, that was like a couple years ago that it had came
Yeah,
out. We were hyped.
2020,
We were hyped
that shit was
watching it.
fire.
So this new one that's coming out is called Kong X Godzilla.
No, the New Empire is
The-
called.
It's called Kong X Godzilla New Empire,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, subtitle.
But yeah, so they dropped a trailer to that when this
So
shit is in
dope.
the movies, Godzilla Minus One. Listen, man, he's taking over. Godzilla's
Yeah.
taking over, bro.
How did you feel? Because the super hardcore enthusiasts don't like that Godzilla was running. Like, there's a scene. Did you see?
Yeah, he's not supposed to be like all agile.
Did
and
you
shit.
see the trailer yet for the new
No.
Godzilla?
Bro,
Shit
it's
is fire. It's so
fire.
fire.
They show him doing the atomic breath. His scales
He
are turning
turned blue.
red.
He
and shit.
turned
red.
no, it's pink.
Oh, excuse me.
No, that's how Xavier told me. I was like, it's red.
No, it's pink.
No,
No,
that
it's
it's
pink.
pink because pink is the highest level of radiation. Look it up.
Ooh,
I was like, what? Like
makes
he's
sense.
this is he goes in with that, right? But even fucking Kong got a robot arm, son.
That I saw.
Yeah.
That I saw.
Shit's crazy.
Yeah.
I want to know what's that about.
I didn't notice the
So
running.
Scar
I didn't
does that.
Infinity
notice the
Gauntlet
running
and
one.
shit.
Scar fucks both. So
So he fucks him up. That's kind of a bit of a spoiler, though.
Well, yeah, if you will. But this is in the trailer, right?
Mm.
And there's another arch villain in there that they really don't put light on. I think they want to kind of reveal it when the movie comes out.
Who's that?
It's called
Spoiler
Shimu,
alert.
right? It's called Shimu. So Scar is the evil
The gorilla.
the gorilla.
Right.
He comes riding on a fucking another
Like,
beast called
really?
Shimu, who is responsible for like the Ice Age.
Oh, shit.
So it has like a frostbite. So it even
Oh.
froze Godzilla, which is why you see him in that little shell. And then he
break out of
turns
Damn.
next level. Yeah, my son told me this
Son.
whole shit, bro. Like,
I
it's
mean,
cra-
not for nothing though, but going back to Minus One, the way his scales pop out when he's charging up for the
amazing,
fucking
son.
blast.
I was like,
And then
what?
he shoots the thing, and
Shit
it
reminded me of
literally
Goku.
looks like an atomic bomb going off in the background.
You know what I
Right?
love? That it showed. Okay, so a lot of times, right, we see all these superhero movies and they don't really show like the detail as to how their powers affect the environment, right? Like, you ever saw The Boys? On
Oh,
Prime?
Amazon.
Right?
Yeah.
So you saw how like Flash, that their version of Flash ran so fast that when he ran by somebody,
A-Train.
he ran
killed
through
the
him,
girl.
he destroyed the girl.
The guy's
like,
girl.
so like those kind of details that aren't really like you never really see them.
Right.
So in this with Godzilla, right? His beam, like for as long as you can remember, you see all these videos, and the beam comes out, and they don't really show you the effects of
The
that beam.
ramifications
Right,
of
right,
it.
right.
So it's like boom, he
Bro,
hits him with the beam.
sick.
That's a nuclear like attack.
It's a
So you're gonna
nuclear
get that
bomb.
whole mushroom cloud, and you're gonna get that
Crazy.
crazy that's like a
It's
sound
the
barrier
blowback
attack, a
shit.
sonic
Right,
boom
right,
that just
right, right.
fucking insane how that
That's the
can kill.
creativity, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like those kind of details.
Attention to detail. Yeah.
So you know, like when you fucking watch Dragon Ball Z and like he throws him into the fucking ground and he goes through a mountain and then all the little
It's
crushing
crazy,
that,
bro.
all those little details. I love that.
I wonder
So-
if they're high when they're doing that shit, thinking about all the crazy shit that they do.
Well, yeah, they do opium, right?
I saw
That's another level.
I saw that clip. Did y'all see that clip of Superman versus Goku?
Don't talk to me about that, bro.
He's mad because Superman won.
It's a lie, son. It's a lie.
It's a lie.
They're both superpowers.
I mean, that was a
bro.
fan. That was a really Superman enthusiast, right? But
That
then-
battle was sick though.
super sick. But
Fucking Goku's teleporting, doing all kinds of crazy shit.
yeah, well, the thing he was fighting him with was called Ultra Instincts, right? Where it's like
I
his
forgot that camera was there.
Yeah.
they're everywhere,
Alright.
son. His cameras
Yeah, it's
We
everywhere. bro.
upgraded, kid. We got
Yeah.
2 cameras now,
You know what I
Shan.
mean? You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Word.
Speaking of attention to detail.
Yeah. Go
Let's
ahead.
talk about some music shit real quick,
Well,
man. What's up with that
yo,
new Kanye
don't-
shit?
don't
I heard
interrupt me like that.
he's working on a new album.
Vultures, yeah. Him and Ty Dolla $ign, I believe,
Yeah.
joint
Okay.
album.
And
Yo,
he
they
got-
actually pulled it off of streaming. I think they're gonna go like direct to either that or there was some sort
So
of
it's a
error.
collabo joint?
It's a collabo joint
Right.
between two of them, and then they got features on it.
Okay.
But I saw, I mean, again, this was just a post I scrolled through, but it got pulled off of Apple. So I don't know if
You know why?
they're pulling it off of streaming completely to go direct. There's a lot of backlash on streaming right now because of how little they're paying. And starting next year, they're enacting something where they're not paying any money out to any tracks with less than 1,000 streams, which honestly, it is fucked up. But then when you think about the monetary amount, you're talking about a few dollars. So in the end, okay, yeah, it's my $10. I should get it. But
Fucking
in the
give
end,
me
if
my
I
10. Don't
but if
give
I
it to
don't
Drake
get it-
because that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna spread it off to the people, the higher.
yeah.
Yeah,
It ends up getting distributed back out to the highest performers.
Were you talking about the song? Because I also saw something like that, but because there was a sample that Kanye used from the Backstreet Boys,
Yeah.
and he didn't clear it. So it may be the reason because of that.
I mean, possible. I didn't really give a reason as to why it was pulled.
Because there's another song too with Dirk, right? The Dirk's on the song Vultures, I forgot. But then I heard something new too with Freddie Gibbs.
Mhm.
You know Freddie Gibbs,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Shit was fire, son.
Yeah.
They're talking about like it's the hottest verse of the year or whatever.
I
He
keep
killed
telling
it.
you to
It
send me
definitely
new
wasn't.
shit, bro. You don't send me nothing.
This is all like super new. But,
Yeah. This is just like in the last few days. it's
with
been
Freddie
been out.
Gibbs, right? Not to, sorry,
No,
just
but-
to segue real quick into
Yeah.
something that happened to him, and I wanted to get your opinion. You know, you know, you're going. We don't really do rumors and nothing like that, but this is something that came out and there's fucking pictures. But Freddie Gibbs and Benny the Butcher, like they're at odds, right?
Yeah. It was after they did that song on
Why?
Benny's album.
And for whatever reason, I don't know, because they actually did song together, like you said, and they just had a falling out or whatever. Like
Is it
I
an
don't know,
ego
bro.
type of
Yeah,
shit?
ego.
I
shit.
think it sounds like it's just shots back and forth, you know.
So recently, your
Mm.
boy Benny fucking posted a picture with his baby mama.
Oh,
leaving
I
the
saw that.
store.
Yes, I did see that.
With-
With his baby
Freddie
moms.
Gray's baby
Yeah.
mom?
Ah, son, that's
That's
you
a
know,
direct shot. That's a
right?
straight up.
I don't
dart.
know, man. How do you?
That's not a jab. That's like a shot.
I mean, it is no holds barred at this point.
I mean,
right?
it's not quite Jay getting with Nas's baby mom's kind of a thing.
Because you
but-
know who.
Yeah, exactly.
know
It's,
what-
it's not
you know
quite
who.
that. How do I feel about it? I mean, I don't really care. It's not like chicks do what they do. I don't think any less of
But that's
Freddie
like a low
Gibbs for
blow.
that.
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. I could see that being like, I see what he was trying to do, but maybe for an
But who-
18-year-old, they could be like, oh, he sunned them. For me, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care.
Right. I wouldn't care either, especially if it's somebody in your past, right? Like,
Right.
I already moved on. But also, who looks? It. I mean, I did hear Benny react. And he said it's petty, and he didn't care that he knew it was a petty.
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. I
So
mean,
if you know it was a petty, and I guess that's where y'all level where you're at. I guess it's but I'm looking more on the person who does something like that as like that's a corny move. You know what I mean? Like.
yeah.
Especially it's like
I won't go that far only because you don't know what they've dealt with each other personally. So maybe it was just like a fuck you. I'm gonna do this to you because
they're there.
You know what I mean?
Like
Right.
there was a fist
So-
fight and all of that. Like that same girl,
Oh, they threw
his baby
hands?
mama, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Like
that.
they got into a big rumble. She was even involved in the fight. This is the
Yeah.
problem. There's video for academics.
Yeah.
Shout out to Axe.
Yeah, right.
I catch that shit all of the bochinche on that shit.
Yeah.
And he has footage of that his baby mama and that she's throwing hands with Benny the Butcher's peoples.
Right.
And then they just took a picture and all that. And they broke up and she was talking. So she's talking mad shit about him because like, oh, he's not watching kid or blah, blah, because they just had a kid, right?
Mhm.
His standpoint is that's not my kid or whatever.
Right,
you know?
right.
Craziness. But it's like, I just feel, like what Drake said. He's like, oh, you diss me, I won't respond. I know that past that. And I like how some of the more from our kind of era, the people we look up to didn't really move like that, right? And it's like,
Yeah.
damn, because Benny the Butcher, I'm already looking at him as a high level artist right now. He's this generation.
He's reached another plateau.
Yeah,
another
man.
Yeah,
level.
with the Def
So-
Jam signing and the album that's coming, he's definitely reaching.
Next level.
Yeah.
Status.
So, I think just moving, and who am I to judge his actions? But
Yeah.
it's just like, damn, wow, that stings. You know what I mean?
Okay, so then going back to it, then how did you feel when the whole shit with Nas and Jay was going down? You got to look at it from the
I saw
perspective.
the same shit at Jay. Like, damn, Jay, really?
Because honestly, I mean, I was young at the time when it happened. Like to me, it was like wrestling. You know what I mean? Like I looked at it like
fabricated-
entertainment
like
for me.
fabricated
Like they're
drama?
doing, you know what? No, not necessarily fabricated, but like entertainment at its highest form
Right.
with two heavyweights back. Like to me, like that shit was like soap opera-ish. Like
Right.
I loved it. I fed into all
even
of it.
after,
Right.
even after
Being
hearing
older
Super
now,
Super
Yeah.
Ugly was this like
bro.
death blow.
I mean, it didn't beat Ether, right? Good.
Right.
It can't be Ether. But what he said on there was like, yo, leaving condoms.
Disrespectful.
in your baby
Disrespectful.
It lets you know that Ether hit him.
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah.
You
He
know,
went. It got under his skin.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
That's what it showed me. But he wasn't lying on it. So in the end, how could I?
You know,
It's not like I,
don't
could
know.
think any lesser of him. He was telling the truth at the end of the day.
So there's a couple other
That is
people.
true.
couple other heads going at it, right? Too 50 and Diddy.
Oh yeah,
What's going on with that?
Um,
I mean, first of all, from what I know, Diddy's going through some shit. I keep
Allegations,
I keep saying he's behind on his Illuminati payments because they must be they turning on him, bro. Like allegations after allegations out of nowhere, kid. Like
you know the 12 o'clock glass slipper effect is fucking 12 o'clock, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's Cinderella shit. Okay.
Yeah. Time's up.
Cinderella, it's time up for him, bro. Because like 18
nowhere,
businesses,
right?
18 businesses stopped doing business with him.
It's like coordinated.
He stepped down from
it's
Revolt.
crazy.
But it usually is. And the thing is, I don't know the man personally, so it's all speculation unless you actually know him. But I mean, there's a history of him saying some pause type stuff,
right?
In the past. 50, in fairness to 50, he's said things previously for a long time, questioning things about Puff.
Right.
So look. Do I think it's necessarily right for him to be now making this documentary and bringing things to light?
50's making a documentary?
50's making supposedly a documentary about like
50 loves throwing jabs.
Yes, he does. He does.
Going
and he don't give a shit. Yeah, he doesn't care.
This isn't a diss though.
He loves
this isn't like
it's not
this is the nail in the coffin,
and
this could probably put him in jail forever type shit, bro.
But I don't look at it like he's he's capitalizing off something happening.
No,
to him
I don't think he cares about the money, right? I
saying-
think he just wants to fucking
that's
ending his career. But I think he gonna buy Revolt.
But even if it wasn't for the money, even if it was for attention, I don't look at it like he's doing it to like, oh, I'm gonna feed off this and get it. He's been saying shit about him for a long time. Like one example was he said one time that Puff had told him that he wanted to take him shopping, like things like that.
Like questionable.
And he said
shit.
this on radio interviews. Like it's not like he's hiding.
Some of the
So-
allegations are like with women, like saying that he's violated type of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
bro.
that are coming
They
out
just
the
said
woodworks now.
Ran train on like a 17. Him and his crew run a train
gang
on a
rape.
70-year-old.
Can I just real quick, because
They
recently,
threw Rick Ross under that bus too, bro.
recently they tried to do that to Russell Brand, right? A lot, like they were hyping up all these women coming out. Russell Brand is like an advocate for like truth, spreading the truth. He's got, his network is growing. You know what I mean? His following is growing. He's like an alternative media source now. I mean, this guy was like comedian / actor, and now he's like, people go to him to like listen to how he breaks down shit behind the scenes. So it makes
and then all of a sudden everything.
It makes me wonder: is this a coordinated attack?
Well,
on Diddy, like kind of like what they try to do to Russell Brand? Because now he's doing this shit like if nothing ever happened. Russell Brand.
There's a law
what I'm saying?
that I think that recently came into play that removed statute of limitation for to file, and I think as soon as that was removed, that's when you're gonna see more, bro.
Yeah.
But then what does that mean? That doesn't mean that it's necessarily false. That
Right. It just makes me wonder
And
why out of
it also
nowhere.
doesn't mean that it's true too, right? So now,
Right.
it's the same shit that happened.
Some of it, I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire, right? Some of it might be true.
Yeah, I'm a believer of if there's smoke. There's fire.
Definitely, but you gotta remember that environment already warrants.
That is the smoke, is what you're saying?
Right.
Is being in the
that environment, you're already gonna see
That lifestyle brings that.
rachetera shit happening.
Right.
So it's like if you're there, of course this happened because you here. We was in an orgy, nigga. Of course you were getting fucked in the orgy that you knew you was at. Like,
yeah.
So
that's so articulate.
That was basically the Tupac thing. Right? He was in the hotel room
with Jada Pinkett.
That's not with Jada Pinkett. But that his whole thing was, I was there. I didn't bring her. I didn't do anything. Blah blah blah. But I was there. If he was there,
you know who spoke on this? That gave it a
that.
little light. I mean, again, and I don't know whether he's like guilty or not, but Russell Simmons, right?
Russell Simmons,
Fat
Farm.
He was talking about how, look, all of those things that came up, that was from like I was a kid,
right?
Like it's so blurry. Like my interpretation of what happened in all those nights is so blurry. I'm in these environments where that is normal for these things to happen. So,
and if it's happening all the time, you're talking about what, 150, 200 times a year over the course of how many years? You may forget a specific night.
But this is what makes me wonder, right? Like, out of nowhere, all these allegations pop up. Who did he piss off? One of his overlords? You know what I'm saying? Like, did he piss off the wrong people?
He also maybe. This is what usually happens, right? Because you saw Snow. Remember?
Oh man.
So you
What a
saw
show.
when he
What a
got when
you gotta see
he
that
became
show.
too
Snowfall?
big.
Snowfall.
Snowfall.
Yeah.
He
said
became
snow.
too big. Pause for his own detriment, right? Because
Right.
he's like, oh yeah, I don't want to do that anymore. I'm gonna go and try to do this.
And then he backfired on him.
And that's when the white boy cut
Teddy,
him off,
Teddy.
right?
Yeah.
Cut him off, and that's
Yeah,
when he's
yeah.
like, and he
Took all
created
his,
that whole
well, not he cut
took
him
all
off.
his
He
money.
took all his bread.
72 million, right?
Yeah.
Or some. So
That's what
so
drove him off.
This is
the
what
deep
happened.
end.
So I guess, and this brings in another conversation, how music was pretty much. The music industry was created by the CIA, bro. You heard that conspiracy
Yeah, I've
theory?
seen that going around there.
So it's crazy. So it's like during this time, like
Chill, they setting out the drones
They're-
now. We
they're-
said the
Yeah.
magic words.
so 50 was in cahoots with all the label execs, right? And again, we know what all the label execs are. Without, I'm not even gonna say
Chosen
what they
people.
are, right? We know what they are, and they want this kind of curriculum, right, or musical curriculum, to be put out into the people. And now let's just say, Diddy's growing. You got Revolt. Maybe he's growing too
Little
big for
too
his own
big for
bridges,
his-
and
Yeah,
he
yeah.
probably
We
doesn't
need
want
to-
to play
we need to bring
with
him
them
down a
because
little bit.
everybody wants to. People are now.
There has to be something, bro, behind the
Has
scenes.
to be
Okay,
something
but
like
he
that. He's
crossed
not
the
playing.
wrong
So let
Same
me-
thing happened with
So
Martin
let me tell
Lawrence.
you, it does. But again, going back,
David Chappelle.
because remember, there's still a victim to think about, right? If it did in fact happen, right? So is it that it happened and you're bringing it to light now because you need to bring them down, or are you saying it's
To
fabricated?
teach him a lesson. Like, yo, you better stay in your lane
'Cause
because you know who
I
runs the show.
Because
here.
again, where there's smoke, there's fire, and if you got multiple people, I'm not gonna say it's fabricated. Is it being brought
It's a
to light
mixture.
now for a reason? That's possible, but in the end, it might just be a card you hold over somebody till you're ready to play it.
Yes, I think what it is so like by design that they have the chosen vessel that's gonna
Right.
start it, and once it starts, and other like, bro, I'm sure once they saw KC got $30 million overnight,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They was like, wait. I got fucked by Diddy at that party, and his bodyguard shut it. Hey, you can imagine all the crazy rachetera stories that some of those girls that left that night with shit and they thought they were gonna get money.
Right.
It's like, fuck that. I took a picture that night too of that
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And but because it's like 30 years ago or 20 years ago, it's crazy, bro, how the 90s are fucking 40 years
They're
ago.
coming
bro.
back to light.
What
yeah.
the fuck?
Crazy, bro.
But so
The golden era.
it's like, I'm sure R. Kelly was the same way too, bro. When you
Yo,
go,
the food's ready.
yo,
Yo,
son,
speaking of-
my air fryer broke, bro. That's a similar sound I heard. That shit just fried out.
Yo, the fucking microwave's ready. Speaking of the golden era, though, 50 years of hip hop.
Yeah.
So what happened with KRS-One?
Yo, so the Grammys, they're putting together a big hip hop show for the 50s and stuff.
Right.
And your boy was like, fuck that. Fuck out of here. He's like,
KRS?
why didn't you guys hit me up for the 49th year or for the for the 48th or the 47th or the 40, blah, blah,
But
blah.
isn't that, shouldn't he feel honored that they like, that's
that
like
they
a,
never spoke about him up until now.
oh,
where
they didn't
can,
speak about him.
Yeah, like,
I also don't think KRS is the type of person to feel honored by anything he. I mean, in
Oh,
terms
shit.
of that,
There goes the
obviously,
light. The ring
this
light went off.
where,
obviously there's things that he's gonna feel honored by. I didn't mean that. I meant in general, anything that the Grammys are gonna do, he's not gonna feel honored on that because to him he is hip hop. They're not. So you can't invite me into some shit that I am. You know what I mean?
bars.
That's what I feel like his perspective would be. You know?
Yeah. I agree. And it's like the Grammys wanted to capitalize on this, and they are. There should be some,
Still,
but there's a lot of things going on anyway that this year that I'm okay with not watching the Grammys or doing all of that because
I don't give a fuck about none of those.
right
Yeah, I
now
never-
Wu-Tang and
trophy
Nas concerts and all. There was so many 50-year like
yeah, definitely a lot of
concerts
tributes
that
that were
happened
worth
that was-
watching.
yeah,
You saw
exact
that
tributes,
video
that's
with the
what I was looking
dude. He was in the store with the fucking fur coat, acting like Ghost.
Yeah, I saw that. the chinchilla. Yeah.
Yo, he hit that shit right on the money, bro.
Yo, man, Ghost is a beast, man. And it's crazy, bro. When I think about like growing up, looking up to Ghost, wanting to do songs, and yo, shout out to Doza and Dax and who else? Oh, that was just them too. We did a song, y'all know, with fucking Raekwon, bro.
I remember I heard it.
Son,
And
that shit
Prodigy,
was
right?
like, You worked with Raekwon too. Remember Raekwon was in the studio too.
Yeah, he did a joint called "Get It Together" with an artist named Sony with an I.
Yeah, Sony.
Yeah, I recorded his feature verse on that, and he was digging the spot. He actually came back like a week later, and he did a remix of that Jasmine Sullivan joint that from back in the day called "Holding You Down," I think it's called.
Yeah.
He did his verse to that in the lab. So yeah.
That was dope, man. Yeah, man. So it's like when you see those records, I'm like, man, that's fucking dope. It's like I'm such a fan, and then I become a fan of myself sometimes. Like, oh shit, you did a song with this guy too. It's like, oh shit, I totally forgot about that.
I did a track with Prodigy too.
Yeah, with Prodigy
did a
too,
video.
man. Speaking of dope, yeah, RIP to P, man. It was, and the great thing was. He was there. We were in the studio with Prodigy. He did the video with us. He was super dope, man. Super dope dude, man. Real dude. Shout out to Doza and Dax, and they both actually have some projects that they just released.
I've seen the short films that Dax has been putting out.
Yeah, that was
really
phenomenal, bro.
Yeah, man.
Really good.
Like really professionally done.
Yeah, man. We gotta. That's. It's like now you.
So those
doing
are
music.
Those are things for his album, right? Like they're like snippets.
Yeah, it's like hand in hand.
Yeah, it's like a short
like
film,
visuals.
and then there's songs that he does like a quick video to each one of them.
It's innovative, man.
Yeah, very innovative.
Yeah, I thought the editing work on the video too was really, really good. Like,
yeah, man.
Very well put together.
That's the thing about our circle, man. Is a lot of creative people, man.
Yeah, Doza too. He just dropped Pale in the Moon, the Pale Moonlight. Doza's always dropping shit too, man.
That's the Joker,
Amazing.
right? From Batman.
Yeah.
Dance with the Devil in the Pale Moonlight.
Go download that. That's Pale Moonlight. Doza. Dax project is Life is Short, Art is Long. Definitely go peep that.
Download that GPS album.
Yo, facts, still do it. We actually, shout out to Eaz. My brother Eaz is becoming a fucking film.
Yeah, I'm on the first draft of GPSing for the video for GPSing.
Son.
It's coming together good, man. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. So right now, basically, what he's doing is he's filming the footage, and then I'm putting it together. And like, I know that you're shocked by the.
Really
Yeah, I mean. I've got experience doing weddings and shit like that. So editing work, I'm good with. I'm not gonna say I'm the greatest like director in terms of music videos and all that, but you film the footage, get it to me, I'll put something together for you. And it's funny because like he's like
Teamwork
shocked.
made the dream work.
He's shocked at the turnaround time. I'm like, bro, the part that takes me the longest is looking up whatever stock footage you want to use, filming, thinking of shit to film, like coming up with scenarios that would fit.
Storyboards.
If you do all of that, I'll put the editing together for you quickly, man.
That's what a company actually does, man. Like,
yeah, everybody does a different job. Yeah.
Like you just said, they're responsible for this is responsible for that. And when you put it together and you work like a team, man. And I think we're all super efficient, man. So,
we're gonna shoot some more stuff, man.
Yeah, especially for the new album too, man. Oh man,
Yeah.
I want to shoot a video literally for everything.
What's the name of the album?
Easy Architecture.
Easy Architecture. Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, but I think, we even have Old School New Vibes coming too, like a project for that, and have, we'll discuss, we'll table that conversation. We'll table that. What's some other music? What else? Music world. I actually just heard about, fuck, man. The Kanye, whatever.
I haven't really been up on anything else. I did see the Kanye stuff and then all that, but I didn't really see anything else. While you get to that, did you guys see the trailer and the thing for GTA 6? Are you guys up on
Nah, man. I heard it came out too, and I've been meaning to watch it.
Yeah, I'm excited for that, man. I think it's 2025, not 2024, so it's still a way to go.
Oh wow!
Somebody actually leaked a lot of shit. Like it wasn't. You weren't even supposed to get this much.
I heard.
But to me, I'm more like I want to hear the story and what they bring into that, because the graphics look dope, especially like the recreation of Miami. Yeah,
it's back in Miami.
Yeah, it's
like
Vice City now. Yeah, it's Vice City again, and the graphics look crazy. But
they remade Vice City.
Yeah. They remake. This is like the remake of that again. Man. But like to me, GTA 5, the graphics still hold up. I know they've remastered it with every update. But that still holds up.
GTA 5.
Oh man, you're missing one of the most incredible games ever.
You could.
That's what he takes out of it. Yeah,
there's you could get head while you got a rocket launcher on.
Did you see the clip? There's a clip. it's GTA, one of the older ones, and he's in the whip with the prostitute,
Yeah.
and he's like, he kicks her out, right? And she steps out of the car and she falls off a car. She
Yeah.
steps out of the car and screams.
That's probably GTA 3, I think.
Yeah.
That's the original one. But yeah, it looks dope, man. I want to hear more about what the story entails. I know there's going to be multiple characters like GTA 5. I think one is a female this time around. But I want to see what they add to that, because to me, like, I know you haven't played it, but you should, because the way the GTA 5 was made, bro,
it's for PS4, right?
Oh, no, they got it for PS5 too.
Okay.
How do you feel?
I don't have a PS5.
I just got one, actually.
Yeah.
Like, I would have never got one for myself, but I got a gift.
I got a Switch at home collecting dust, bro.
Yo, there's a portal that you can get that you can play your game, like right here. So let's say
Ramon has
Oh,
that shit.
yeah.
That shit is kind of fire, son.
Yeah.
Shit is fire, real fire. I
More
wanted to ask you, right, with those kind of movies, because my son was like, because right now they put in a lot of marketing behind that, right?
Yeah.
GTA 6, right? So my son was like, "Oh, it looks cool." They were talking about it in our school, and we should get it. He didn't really know, and then we seen a commercial on it, and he was like, "Wow, Dad, that's the." I was like, "Yeah, you're never playing that game until you're 35, right?"
Yeah.
But bro, there's the fact that it desensitizes so much.
Yes. But it does have a mature rating. It's up to you
Yeah.
to not
Let
Of
your
course.
kids play
No,
that
yeah,
shit.
exactly.
But what I wanted to say, right, even for like mature audience, right, like just how the audience, how the people, like viewpoints are just changing, right, and kind of wanted to segue into something that I just saw in passing that may not have too much information on it, but I definitely wanted to speak about it because it just shows the time we're in, the society's viewpoints, and how they can't really own up to anything because they're trying to really protect everything. And what I'm referencing is, did you see that the
Leave the world
Congresswoman?
behind?
No, we got to talk about that too.
Oh yeah, the Congresswoman.
But the Congresswoman barking on the fucking top 3. Well, they're not even
The
'cause they're in
presidents of like
bottom.
Harvard University and shit.
Penn State, right?
Yeah.
And yo, they're like literally asking.
She's grilling them.
They're just asking them for yes or
Yes or
no.
no.
Are you saying that it's okay that the kids rally and say Antifa? What's that? Bro?
Something about what they were saying was
There's
genocide.
a word that means
Antifada. Some shit
Antifada.
like that. You're about to say Antifa.
Yeah, I know. I did. I was, but Antifada, right? And what that means is to cause genocide on the
Right.
people, right? And they just asked them. These are the presidents of these Harvard Ivy League,
The
bro.
most established
They
universities
can't
in the
give a
country.
concrete answer.
Yes or
they're
no? Is it okay
super
for
run
them?
around?
And they said depends on the
Depends
context.
on the context. Yeah.
The lady was like, "Excuse me, all of you should."
I'm
hand
gonna
in your
ask you that
resignations.
question one more time.
One more time. And there's like, well, it depends. Blah, blah.
So
You
it depends
wanna-
on the context. Is not a cancelable.
because
Right.
they want to
Yeah.
allow
Yeah.
freedom of
Super-
speech, right?
Yeah.
But freedom of speech was never intended to be freedom of speech to a detriment.
Well, it has
should never be
repercussions.
to these, like
you have freedom of speech, but there's going to be repercussions to
exactly.
that speech.
So that
Yeah.
so
know what I
just
mean?
I
You
think
can't incite a riot. You can't do.
You can't
anything
incite
like that.
it's almost like
violence.
up until now, common sense was like the silent golden rule
Yeah.
for freedom of speech, right?
Right.
Like if we're here, yo, your mom just passed. I'm not gonna talk about like those things. I don't gotta tell you to not say an inappropriate joke about stupid something so sensitive like that. But we're in this state, it's not, bro. There's like it's so crazy because they're trying to stand up for like I guess a quote unquote equality, but at the same time it's it's going against a people. You know what I mean? So
Right.
again, it's to a detriment. So just to see that they couldn't give a yes or no, and there had to be so much. I can't.
They were
believe it,
scared
bro.
of offending their audience.
Right,
That's why.
right.
It's like they're not standing up for something, and it's
Yeah.
like when you don't, and that's super cliche. But when you don't stand up for something, you
Just
fall for anything. So it's
Right,
like,
right.
Speaking of freedom of speech, did y'all see that shit with Elon Musk when he was doing the interview with the dude and he was talking about, well, what do you think about these investors that are pulling their marketing out of X, which is formerly known as
Yeah.
Twitter? And he goes, did you see the clip?
I did.
So he's like, oh, so you gonna blackmail me with money? Like
Yeah, I
me,
saw that.
you're
I
gonna
saw that.
blackmail
Yeah,
me
yeah,
with
yeah,
money?
yeah.
Like, go fuck yourself.
Yo, I heard that he was
Son,
trying
the
to
most gangster shit.
he he wanted to like
Go fuck yourself.
he was referencing someone on that. You know
he
that,
was
right?
talking about Bob Iger, the CEO
Yeah.
of Disney.
No,
Because
he was.
earlier Bob Iger was on.
But when he said that like that, there's an actor that he was trying, a comedian that he was trying to like, who said it exactly like that.
Oh,
that
I don't know.
he was trying to do.
He was trying to
I see what
emulate
you mean.
Yeah.
somebody.
Yes.
But he was, that shot was directed at Disney.
At
And
Disney.
bro, Disney is crashing and burning, son.
But yo, Tesla is a double-edged sword, bro, because I just seen the robot they just released, right?
Oh shit, yeah.
They're there. So it's almost
That's
like
iRobot.
it's almost like he's like, yeah, I'm for you guys. I brought Twitter, right?
Yeah.
Everyone could post everything. He brought fucking Alex Jones back and all of that, right?
Yeah.
But then again, he's at the top. He's at the helm of introducing the AI shit. So, which is like that's the biggest game changer, bro. He's
It all
already-
depends on how it's programmed because, you know, right now the what is it called? The company that ChatGPT, the company that's behind it.
They said they're gonna make it good.
Well, I mean, I don't know the whole story. I don't want to fuck this whole story up, but the people were quitting or something like that. Like that company's not doing that good because it's kind of programmed on some like quote unquote woke type of mentality, right? So if you tell it to write something about Trump, it kind of like deters from that. It leans more towards left leaning ideologies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So they need, if AI should be open and free, like
So this is AI.
Open AI. That's the name of the company.
AI is gonna, like, whenever we've seen it in movies, right? How did it grow? It
Yeah.
studied
Terminator,
the internet,
the Matrix.
internet, right? It studied what society deemed to be popular, right? Popular. So since we know whatever is popular right now is by design,
Mm.
and it only favors certain people, it's like by design that how like can't we foresee that if the AI is going to learn off of the internet, and the internet right now is controlled to look at a certain people or whatever controlled guidelines, and you know how they have a bunch of without, because there's so many conspiracies we can like unravel right now, too many to get into, but that's what it's going to learn off of. So of course it's going to go against human nature. Against, I mean, people
There
like
should be-
Trump.
there should be
it's already going to
limits.
have so many bias with it inside of it because society has so many bias right now.
But
So
the
my-
program, the code that it's made with should have limited so that it can't
How is it
develop
gonna
itself to turn against humanity, right? Like there should be some type of protocol embedded
you
within
didn't see
whatever the
fucking
code. you know what I'm
Terminator,
saying?
bro.
That's why I just said Terminator, The Matrix. What else?
iRobot.
iRobot. You know what I mean?
Where iRobot,
It's crazy.
son.
So Elon Musk owns X. He owns Tesla, SpaceX,
Right.
and Neuralink, right? So there's a bit of a gray area. When you think of Neuralink, you think of that conspiracy. Oh, they want to microchip everyone. But that's
Well,
completely different. 'Cause
Neuralink
it's
is
made
also
more for like rich people.
but it's also eventually what he was saying is to help control. Like, if you want to feel happy, you put happy, and
Yeah.
it's
Not
going to
just that,
control
I
your
think
emotions.
also people with like, you know, people that are like paralyzed and can't walk. I mean, that's an innovation to, you know, in itself. But then it's like you got some technology in your head that
Yeah.
you know, you
that's
don't
too
know.
much
It could
for
be
me.
it could be hijacked. It could be hacked into. Like
that could
I don't
really,
know.
Yeah. See that
Quickly.
Yeah.
you lose me on that.
Yeah.
I'm not.
yeah, you
fucking
can miss me
shit.
with that.
It-
But
Yeah.
but again, that's something more of like for people with money. It's not going to be for everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You gotta.
A quick sneak peek, shameless promotion. Even this topic, right, is what writing. I want to write, like, that's what I'm focusing on writing now for the second book is emotional intelligence, right? So it's when EI meets AI. So EI, emotional intelligence, meets artificial intelligence, right?
So
And it just speak on how many different ways it could impact us. Not done. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but that's something I focus on next.
the
But
next album?
because I don't know if it'll be an album,
Okay.
right?
Awesome.
It'll probably just be released on the GPS of just more books and stuff.
okay.
But because it's so important, bro. Like, emotions govern your body, bro.
Mm.
You know, it's like, it's how many times haven't you heard somebody hear bad news, they get a heart attack? You know, your emotions can take you from 0
One
to
too many
100
boosters.
immediately, like this, bro. You know, that's why they say ignorance is bliss, bro, and knowledge it could destroy you. You know, so many levels to it. But we're gonna unpack that a little later.
Analogy that's seen in the Matrix when the guy that betrayed him is eating a steak.
Steak, yeah.
He's like, you know, this. I know this shit ain't real, but you know,
Still tastes good,
ignorance
yeah.
is bliss.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to know what the truth was out there. I'm good here in my bubble.
And just speaking also about the AI, right? Like, there's kill switches to all of that. Like, you know, and back to segueing what you had thought we were going to segue to before, but to leave the world behind, right? So
yeah,
you saw all those Teslas, right? I
Crazy.
told Logan too, because Logan, just shout out to Logan, he got a Tesla, right? But in the movie, all the Teslas went crazy.
I saw that scene, yeah.
So it's like, okay, this is where we're heading to, and eventually in 10 years from now, right? There's only gonna be e-cars, right? That's all there's gonna be. That's like the fucking law, bro. Like, you won't even be able to. Right now, there's cameras right now, bro. By Coney Island Highway, right?
there's cameras everywhere.
But emotion. What was it? Carbon. I forgot the name of the camera, but it's already picking up things like this, bro. So it's 10 years from now, I think that's it.
Thermal readings.
They're gonna, in Florida too, you won't even be able to drive certain cars, bro, down the road. You know what I mean?
Well, they want to eliminate gas cars.
But all of those cars will have kill switches now.
Yeah, kill switches. Yeah.
So it's
that's
like
that's your boy Biden, bro.
That's also with Tesla too. So that's why I'm like, I got my numbers out still with Elon, because you know, that's so much control.
The jury's still out, you mean?
Yeah, because he has so much control, but he is so chummy, and he's like, yeah, you know, I'm with you guys, and let's revolt against all of that. But you're the one that's ushering the whole fucking
Here's one
revolution,
thing.
bro.
Here's one thing, though. He leaves the platform open even for anybody to question, even him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not censoring opposing ideas and ideologies. So the platform is there. If you're not vibing with anything that he's about, you could still go up there and question him. And you know what I'm saying?
That's why that's what I like
about
that. I
Twitter.
do. I like, but you know, bro, the devil is deceiving, bro. You know what I mean?
I can hear what you're saying. The jury's still out. But one thing that he said too in that interview when he said, "Go fuck yourself," he was like, "Let the world decide." You know what I mean? Let the world decide what the outcome is. You know what I mean? Like, it's not up to me.
But when we're creating when you're creating the narrative, right? If you create the narrative, you're gaslighting. So many ways to really just subconsciously make you want to agree with this. It's still done by design, bro. So again,
the jury's still out. That's a fair assessment.
With that being said, also with AI, right? You saw how, like, just the cyber attacks, right? How we were prone to that in that movie.
Let's set up the premise so that the people listening can know.
Well, what you were saying before, right? Leave the world behind, right? And,
yeah.
I think this is a perfect way, because AI was also it showed you a glimpse of what could happen with those smart cars, right? And how they just went haywire, right?
But can I set the premise for the movie?
Yes,
so,
please do so.
Please.
Okay.
Please.
Oh
yeah.
We'll get into. So it's a movie that's
you should still see it.
Executive produced by Barack and Michelle Obama.
I think you should say that last.
No. Number one, that right there, because you know when you start the movie, it's in the credits in the beginning.
But you know, I didn't notice it.
I noticed it.
I didn't notice it.
I
saw the
already
movie.
set the tone for my mind. Like,
and like 3 days later, I saw that shit. I was like, wait, what?
I told wife, I was watching with wife, and I'm like, yo, they produced this shit. Oh, I know there's gonna be subliminal shit in this.
Yeah.
So basically, it's this family, Julia Roberts.
It was nothing subliminal. It was in your face.
It was in your face, but there was a lot of the Obey shirt, you know, little subliminal shit.
Easter eggs.
Easter eggs. So Julia Roberts and her husband, Ethan Hawke. Remember Jake from Training Day?
Yeah.
Hey, Jake, give me the bag, Jake. So they go on they live in Brooklyn. They're in New York. So she plans a vacation for them. They rent an Airbnb, this fancy big old house in the Hamptons. And so they go there, they're chilling with the kids, and already some weird shit starts happening, right? They're at the beach, this boat floats up to shore, almost kills
Yeah,
him.
like they got to the boat and they see like, oh, look
It's a
at that.
huge ship. It's
you
not
know
just a
those
regular
oil
boat.
tankers.
Yeah, yeah.
Those
Big
shits are
oil
huge, right?
tanker.
He's like, oh, look at that. It was like at least a few miles
A
out.
lot of the shit is in the trailer too.
And then they're like, okay. And then they
Yeah.
fell asleep, wake up, fucking.
It's closer and closer and
It's
closer.
like it comes up into the shore,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So whoever was driving it, whatever. So that was like that was the kicker. That's how it kind of started.
Yeah.
And then little
They're
by
already
little,
having a weird day.
they rent, the Julia Roberts and her family, they rented this house,
Two kids,
this home.
son and a daughter.
And it's crazy how they're also telling you places to kind of go. Because, I think we mentioned this in an old episode where, there's a universal karmic law where they have to tell you what they're doing to you. You know what I mean? Like, which is why they you get surgeon warnings and cigarettes and all.
Right,
So it's like they have to, that's just, they do what they want, but just the universal karmic law
It's
is
hiding in
let
plain
them know.
sight.
They got to
Which-
inform you. Yeah.
And it's like, so they got the Airbnb, right? And then they're chilling overnight. And then we have, I forgot that actor's
Mahershala
name.
Ali, the dude that's supposed to play Blade.
Yeah.
Right,
So he
right.
comes and he's like, and it's so hilarious, bro, because he's so proper.
Great
And he-
actor, by the way.
right?
Yeah, he
And-
really is.
He was dressed up in a suit. He's with his daughter, Julia Roberts, white lady, and her white family, right?
Mad
Open the door.
skeptical about
at
him.
night.
Mad skeptical.
They're like, yeah, what are you doing here? He's like, I'm so sorry. We're going into the city, but there's a blackout in the city. And, it looks crazy, a lot of mayhem. Everything's backed up. Just wanted to come in and check out. Owner of the house, let them know. I try to text you and email you, but everything's
All the
out.
phones were down,
All
by
the
the way.
phones were down.
There was no connection.
But
Nothing.
she's like, what the fuck? And he's like, I want to come and it's a huge mansion. So he's like, I'm going to go to the there's a sub-level
Sub-level.
that you don't even know that we're going to go there. And, and she didn't like that. Like she
Yeah.
was
She
almost
was
at the,
skeptical. She's like, "Who are these strangers? Why are we letting?" Like she was just like, maybe this isn't his house. You know what I mean?
but then he busted out like a key. He went to like there was a bureau or dresser there, and he
It was
like,
a liquor
opened it up.
cabinet.
Yeah, liquor cabinet. And he pulls out a knot. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna give you $1,000 back just for
And
me
there
to
was
sleep here."
the burner was in there
Right.
too.
And he's like, so he's already there, seeing those little things, and she was still. It was showing like just
She didn't trust
the
nobody.
viewpoint of how like a quote unquote white family
Mm.
she was the
She
Karen.
couldn't fathom that
she-
this black guy owned this
Owned this crib,
big ass
yeah.
house in the Hamptons.
She was technically the Karen. She was playing a Karen.
Right,
She was playing
right.
Karen.
So she still, it was so hard for her to accept that, bro. Like up until you see her growing out of it too.
Okay.
It shows the maturation of her.
So weird
From her
shit
perspective.
starts happening. A lot more weird shit starts happening. That fucking national alert comes on. There's weird shit going on. And then little by little, he starts dropping little. This is where it gets creepy. Cause the reason why he's so successful and rich is because he's like one of those finance guys that like probably runs a hedge fund or some shit, and he manages your money.
Yeah.
So he works with very elite clients. So one of his clients is this government guy, and he basically gives him a heads up, like shit, something's going down. And so he had this conversation with him, and he was like joking with him, right? And he's like, this time he didn't laugh. Like he said, like the dude that he knew, his client just disappeared. I moved money for him. I had to move some money for him. He pulled the guy, I guess, pulled a lot of his money out. So he knew something was coming down the pipeline. And so it makes me wonder, like, so Barack and Michelle Obama are behind this movie? You know what I'm saying? It makes you wonder.
It
like,
almost looked like he's fucking Barack, kind of,
It's
because that's
crazy,
how successful
bro.
he was, right?
Crazy.
His wife was in a plane. She probably
Planes
died
were going
because the
down.
Planes were going down.
Were going down.
And
We're just spoiling the whole movie for him.
yeah,
No,
right.
no,
we're
it's
giving
cool.
you stuff. But he's like it was. Yeah, I think we'll fall back.
So
on
the
that.
Honestly,
Tesla.
honestly, when I saw the trailer, I'm like, I'm not a huge Julia Roberts fan, so I was
Right.
like, I skipped.
So the whole movie was about a cyber attack and how misinformation, the drone dropping the flyers, and that caused
real
the
quick,
power
so-
grid. It caused
so
a
the next day,
war to break out.
drones are coming by, dropping down flyers that had Jihad.
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 Yeah. Jahid too.
Yeah.
Yo, and they just had like they were trying to create a narrative to have people think, oh, this was the
It was to build confusion.
It was Middle East, right?
Okay.
But then when he went and spoke to someone else who
in the West Coast.
who knows more like about the situation, he goes, no,
Mm.
it was Koreans, bro. They're doing this
Yeah.
to throw people off.
To throw people
But
off.
so now you're like, okay, is it Korean? But that's the whole thing. They don't want you to know who the enemy is.
So they just spread a whole bunch of misinformation.
Because what happens if
Yeah.
you don't know who the enemy is, then you make the enemy yourselves.
Yeah.
Because after restlessness, after if shit, nothing is working, going crazy, people turn on themselves, bro.
Yeah, infighting.
Yeah. So and this is
Civil War. That was the whole goal of
What-
whatever
what
the
was
cyber
leading to.
attack was about.
but then
To implode the country within itself.
what you see from afar, little, you see they fucking blew up the city.
That's
bro.
what I thought was bullshit.
crazy.
You can't get a view of the city from all the way down there in Long Island. That was the only bullshit.
Yeah, from the
I was like,
Hamptons,
no,
you
I'm
can't-
calling
yeah.
bullshit here. Because they're like in the woods somewhere nearby the house, and then they look and you see the city like in the horizon. Like, there's no way.
Like fucking a
There's no
mushroom
way.
cloud.
You're in the Hamptons, then you
But
know
still,
way.
like,
you're gonna
it
see
shows
the
you-
city.
Like 3 hours away.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of the city. Like,
Yeah.
Bro, it's
man.
crazy.
But
It's
yo, it was crazy. Like, but anyway, so fine, okay.
All right,
That
can I
it's
just-
a
can I
pocket.
ask-
It's a post apocalyptic. I mean,
Please.
Do you
chime
ever find out what actually is?
no.
No.
So I feel like this. I don't know if it's
A lot of
lazy
people didn't
writing.
like the movie, to be honest.
Yo, you know what was so intriguing for me? Because again, I didn't know
I ain't
Obama
gonna
did
front.
it.
I would be kind of tight at the end of the flick if I didn't find out what.
That's how it was, right?
You see the way. You should watch it just
just to see. All right.
I didn't know Obama did it, right? So I saw it. I was like, man, that was fucking corny. Whatever. Not corny because it was cool.
I already
But
saw
I
it
didn't
with
like how it
skeptical
ended.
goggles on.
I didn't like how it ended.
I thought it was funny the way it ended, to
But
be
then
honest.
when I found out that fucking Obama produced it, I was like, oh
Yeah.
shit. That gave it a whole new life
Yeah.
for me because I'm like, why would he?
We won't
put
spoil the
out
ending for you.
something like
Alright,
that,
alright,
you know? Well, that's something crazy. Like this is, well, what are you trying to say, right? Oh, I don't know, but that's what really stood out more to me than anything, bro. That he fucking produced that shit.
Yeah. Hey man, both of them. They well
Yeah.
actually they own a production company, so that's not
Yeah.
the only movie that they've done. They've done other shit.
Yeah.
Yo,
that's-
speaking of production company, 50 just got a studio. He bought like a movie production studio
Mm.
in Louisiana. I can't remember which city, but in Louisiana, I think he's paying like $2,500 a month for. I think it's a year, and then with the option to like continue the lease going. But the renovations is like 170 grand. So basically, they gave it to him on the cheap so that he could renovate it and bring like film production
In
back
Atlanta?
to the state.
Where?
Louisiana.
Oh, sorry,
Wow.
because Atlanta is known to have huge.
Atlanta
like, Tyler
is.
Perry
He would
has
never
shit
get
over
that
there.
kind of
Okay.
like
Yeah,
that
I'm
kind
about
of
to
deal.
say.
They film a
This
lot of
was-
Marvel movies over there.
Yeah, this was to bring back the like music production
okay.
to Louisiana. I
Gotcha.
can't remember the city, but yeah, 50 just did that. So speaking more about
Listen,
50,
these guys are moguls. Him, Diddy, Jay.
yeah.
Jay's like literally on another level. He's like billionaire status type of mogul. Like you don't really see Jay a lot no more.
Yeah.
He's in the cut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's
making moves behind the
He did an
scenes.
interview with
super behind the scenes. 'Cause
Yeah.
You used to hear about the stuff.
Yeah.
he's doing.
what's
I don't know shit
Oprah's
about it.
what's
in the
Oprah's
shadows.
homegirl or whatever, her quote unquote
Gail King?
Gail King.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew.
He did a
interview.
which, you know, there was some like
She asked
slick
him,
talk.
She asked him about the $500,000 or
the
dinner
dinner,
with him.
right?
He's like, oh, he was like, I'll take the 500. Don't take the dinner with
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
wrap it up.
Yeah, we can wrap it up.
Yeah, man. Yo, this is the last episode of the year, man.
Last episode of the
It
year.
is.
man.
It is. It is.
It is, bros.
Happy holidays. Happy
Man,
Hanukkahs.
Lot to
Happy
look forward
Kwanzas.
to though for
A lot,
2024.
Rocket
lot.
launcher.
A lot to
I'm
look
a
forward
monster.
to, man.
Yo, we're giving him the rapping bug again, bro. I'm telling you.
It feels good. Like, I think the way we started off the year and some of the goals that we said we were gonna do, we did accomplish, bro.
Yeah.
So shout out to that, man.
Word.
Shout out to my brothers, man. Love y'all. Shout out to Eaz.
He's got the biz.
Yeah, man. Next year, man, we're planning a lot of new things, more guests, just expansion, man. Expansion. We're gonna definitely do another get together because that was a beautiful day, you know. So
Yeah, where we
Um,
do gotta do another
the outdoor
another
joint.
event,
we're gonna do some stuff,
Or
man.
we're gonna have multiple locations.
Yeah, man.
You
It's
know?
it's a lot of things, man. And
We're
it's
gonna
like,
vacuum the rug.
Tap in, tap in. It's okay. It's free to, subscribe, like,
subscribe,
Spotify, hit us in the comments.
iTunes.
Yo, I like this
Instagram.
show. Talk about what y'all thought about this show or this movie or what y'all think about this artist.
Man.
Whatever, man. Whatever y'all got in your mind, definitely reach out.
Engage with us, talk shit to us.
Let us know, man.
Whatever you want.
If you don't like my shirt, let me know, bro. Let me know. Cause y'all make it real difficult for us and shit. I can't even wear like you wear something on the show, you can't wear that next time you go hang out.
You can't.
What the fuck? So
I just got this. I was like, yo, this is fine. I had to pick what I wanted to wear it on. Is it gonna be a rap reel? Is it gonna be a music video?
I love
I think I'm gonna rock it on the podcast. That's what I'm gonna do.
That shit is
we got more
bro.
videos coming out. Graphic novels coming out.
Yeah,
we got
man.
all types of shit coming out.
Yeah, I had some idea. I want to touch base with you on some stuff.
Doubt.
But man, love y'all brothers, man. Love y'all out there too, man.
Word.
Tap in.
Have a happy
love
New
yourselves.
Year's.
Love starts with yourself, man. You gotta love
get
yourself.
this episode out before the new year.
Yeah.
we appreciate y'all, man. Thank you.
Definitely, man. Tap
Y'all
in.
want to give
tap
us
in.
a Christmas gift? Show us some love.
Yo,
Give us
I'm
a
about to
follow.
start posting my Cash App and shit, yo.
Yeah, for real. That
Yo.
Patreon coming soon.
Facts.
Bushido, thebushido7.com.
Yes.
Show some
yo.
love. Buy
Shout
some
out
merch.
to everybody, man. Love y'all. Peace and blessings to everyone, man.
Peace.
We out.
Peace.
Cheer.
Old school, new school, need the murder.